We live. What's up, Mike?
We live. That's what's up.
We here. We
All
here.
right.
We are here. Asian Soulful. Asian Soulful. What's up, Mike?
Everything great. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. You got okay. I see with your friends. Are you a
My
friends?
favorite TV show.
You would.
My
Oh,
favorite
gosh,
TV.
motherfucker.
Well, this thing right here, it helped me to learn English. I gotta say that.
From Friends.
From Friends.
I
Yeah.
wish you watched Martin then.
Should have watched something else. But
Have you ever watched Martin?
Nah. What is
You
it?
never seen Martin?
It was some hood TV show. What is it?
I feel offended. Let me grab my pearls.
But
Some
I don't know.
crystals. No, Martin.
I don't know.
Martin Lawrence. What's up? Shanae. Y'all,
don't know that
come on, y'all all seen Martin in here, right?
Okay. All right. Good.
Okay,
I'm from a different country. Forgive me.
I'm gonna send you
Okay.
some clips
All right.
from Martin. You're
All
gonna
right,
love
good,
Martin.
good,
But how's your week been, man?
Great. Awesome week again. You know, it's been awesome.
What you got on the list? I know you about to.
Well, I'm not going to talk about my listing this time.
Why?
I'm going to
What?
talk about a little bit about the market condition this time, a little bit. You know, because I don't know if you heard Biden,
Who, Sleepy Joe?
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
Mr. Sleepy Joe came out with something fun recently.
Mhm.
Well, actually not fun for a lot of people. There's a law called 1031. I don't want to go too much into it,
Mhm.
but essentially what it is that 1031 exchange allows you to exchange investment property without paying tax. Okay? Let's say you bought a home long time ago, right? And then you rent it out. And right now the home obviously increased a lot in value, right? If you sell the home, you got to pay the capital gain, right? Usually when you sell the home, you got to pay the tax on the gain. Right? But the 1031 exchange allows you to exchange this property to something new without paying the tax.
Isn't that a good thing?
That's a good thing for investor.
Right.
You know, so that they don't have to pay tax. So they would just be switching property from one to another. Then they can do a lot of stuff. But because Biden obviously didn't like this, it feel like, you know, we gotta charge people, we gotta tax people like as much as possible. And because of this, he's trying to get rid of that. And that will have a major impact on real estate.
From what standpoint? From the agent or for people who flip houses and stuff like that?
Not only that, for mom and pop, for just day-to-day family. It's just not a good thing for real estate. Okay, period.
Come on, Sleepy Joe.
It's not a good thing for real estate.
He should come out with a fucking chili called Sleepy Joe.
But
can you imagine Biden on the face of Campbell chilies? Like, you know, like,
that'll be cool.
listen here, buy your Sleepy Joe chili.
I will go there.
I like. Have you ever had chili before?
Yeah,
You like chili?
I like it. I don't
You
mind.
had chili from where? UCLA, or you had it from like Texas? Or
No,
something?
I thought you were talking about Sleepy Joe chili. And then
No, that's not a real thing, Mike. But we can make it a real thing. How
if
that
it make it a real thing, I would probably go.
But you ever had chili before?
Yeah, I have.
Really? From what, school or?
From not only school.
Is,
I have
is
somewhere
chili
else
big
too.
in China?
No.
You
No,
don't eat chili in China.
Chili is only here. I thought.
Is that like it's the American dish?
Yeah. It
Okay, I gotta make my chili for you though. I make some good chili. I can cook. I tell you, listen, Mike don't believe I can cook, dog.
I don't believe
Try
that.
to take my black card. It's all good.
But yeah, no, let's see. You just don't look like somebody who can cook.
I'm big as fuck to my lounge. I look like I eat a rhino, nigga. What the fuck you talking about?
That's
why I work out so much. I gotta look good.
I just feel like, you know, you cook for yourself. You just eat like, oh, but it's not that good. I mean, that's the feeling I got.
Mike, I've been in your house. I know I could definitely help you.
All
on
right,
the cooking.
sure. Let's try. I'm down. But yeah, real estate is gonna. I mean, for sellers, for people who want to, you know, do something, I suggest them to do it right now before that law get passed. You know, before.
Well, it takes a while, but you know, I mean, that's good information.
It takes a while. Yeah, it's good info. It's absolutely great. I mean, you really do something right now. I mean, serious.
Well, come on, Sleepy Joe. We don't need that shit.
Yeah.
But you know, we're gonna get to my favorite question is, what is playing rent free in your head this week, buddy?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
As I slip on my wizine.
Recently, I was listening to a lot of slightly older song. I was listening to Daft Punk.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like Daft Punk.
I fucking love that. There's this song that he got with Pharrell. He got one with Pharrell that's super big.
It's a few.
Come too far to give up.
Does it Get Lucky?
Get Lucky is the big
yeah.
one. I love Get Lucky, but that's a little bit overplayed. This is the other one that he got with Pharrell called Lose Yourself to Dance.
Okay.
Fire song. I love that song.
You do like Daft Punk. I remember last time at your house, you had a lot of, I think I downloaded a few Daft Punk songs when I was at your house because you had it playing. I was like, what song is this that might be playing? So that's your rent free?
Yeah.
What you like about Daft Punk though?
I loved how they blend the new with the old.
Mhm.
It's like, it's EDM. It is EDM kind of ish,
Mhm.
but there's a lot of soul and funk in it.
Have
And
you ever been
that's
to a
what
rave before?
Yes.
You been to a rave?
Yes.
Oh, I need to go with Mike to a rave. Shit.
Yes.
You been to a rave for real?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Tomorrowland, and then this right here. What's that called? Fucking.
I mean, don't fuck up the podcast, Mike.
The one in Halloween. What's that called? In over there, San Bernardino County, the big one. It's been a couple years. Damn, it's gonna come.
That sounds like a real Hollywood rave. I'm talking about a rave. I went to one at the DC Armory. All my listeners know about the DC Armory. And it was my first time going to one. I was home for break. And it was in DC, Northwest DC. And I remember, you take a little pill when you go.
I took a pill
and I just remember walking in. This woman ran up to me with these lights. And she was like, follow me to the water. And I was like, bitch, where the fucking water? We in the fucking armory. But it was
fuck?
like I just remember it was like the beats, boom, 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 boom. Like, oh man, it's fun, man. I love rave. I gotta go to rave with you. We should go to Coachella when it happens.
Yeah, no,
If it
I
ever happens
really
again.
hope. I mean, it's probably next year, but I'm down to.
I've never been to Coachella.
Yeah, I've never been to Coachella either.
I mean, I always get invited, but it's like timing and work and stuff like that. But I definitely would love to go check out Coachella. What's rent free in my head is actually, I had a few things, but I had brought up on my phone here is I love Sweetie Pretty Summer playlist, and it's called Risky with Draco and the Ruler.
Draco and the Ruler.
Yeah, it's called Risky. It's like very.
What kind of vibe is it?
Very Bay.
Bay. Okay.
Because she's from. I think where's she from?
I'm
Oakland.
down to
She's
check
from
it out.
Oakland. But she has an album. It's called Pretty Summer Playlist Season 1.
Okay.
And it's only about.
What's that called again?
Seven songs. It's called Risky. I would play it. We can only pay 3 seconds.
All right, it's fine. We'll figure that part out.
But no, that's rent free in my head this week is Sweetie,
Okay.
and her new drop called Risky. It's real. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. You go to the gym, you turn it on, you may put a little piece of gum in your mouth, you chew it. You know what I mean? You feel a little
that's
ratchet.
nice.
You
that reminds me of that new SZA song with the Doja Cat. That it's a good vibe too. It reminds me a little bit of
Kiss
that.
Me More.
It's called Kiss Me More.
As we go into our lyric analysis, our trusty
we're gonna put out the
engineer
lyrics or
put
what?
up the lyrics. Yes, that's. I'm not a fan of the song, but again, we talk
You're
about.
not a fan of the song?
No, but we always talk about how
You don't
people
like the
the
song?
music,
Okay.
and we don't really listen to the lyrics. So let's really dive into.
I think the lyrics are man.
I wish we had the instrumental so we can.
I already know. I mean, the lyrics. I didn't really listen to the lyrics. I mean, come on. I mean, these type of song is all about the vibe. It's all about the vibe.
We said that about a couple songs. That's all about the vibe. But when we read the lyrics, it kind of changes our.
Okay, let's see what we got.
So here we go. Lyrics of "Kiss Me More" with SZA and Doja Cat. I can't believe she got famous off that song. I'm a cow, bitch. I'm a cow, bitch. And it's funny. I didn't see her.
No.
I heard the song because you know how you could play music on Apple, and I was working out, and the song came on. It was like, bitch, I'm a cow.
That
bitch.
was funny.
And I was like, who is singing this? But it was kind of like lit.
Yeah, it was.
And then when I went to go see the
smart.
video, I was like,
Hey,
wow.
She's real smart though.
No, yeah.
But she knows how to make catchy music. That's
she
what I'm
definitely
saying.
made because she got big
does
on
know how
bitch. I'm a cow.
Yeah.
Moo! Really, Mike? Moo! I'm in the wrong
Let's
business.
See the lyric. Let's see the lyric.
Okay, so we hug and yes, we make love and always just say goodnight. La 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 la. And we cuddle. Sure, I do love it, but I need your lips on mine. You can kiss me more.
Can you kiss me
more? Can you kiss me more? Right?
Oh my
We're
God,
so young, boy.
You're so
we
pitchy.
ain't got nothing to lose. Oh. It's just principle. Baby, hold me because I like the way you groove. Oh.
Oh, that is such a very feminine song.
It's very girly.
Very feminine.
And you say you love it.
I mean, I like the beat. Okay.
I
mean, the lyrics. I actually think the lyrics.
Boy, you write your name.
Crappy.
I can do the same.
Really
I
mean,
love the taste. La 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 la. All on my tongue.
Oh my god.
Wait, okay.
I don't want to read it anymore.
Wait, no.
I mean,
let's dive
good.
into it.
Yeah, it's
because okay, so she says, the boy you write your name, I can do the same. Oh, I love the taste on my tongue.
Oh
la
my
la la
God.
la. Boy, you write your. So what she mean by that, Mike?
Well, this is a good beat, right? Would you agree it's a good beat or no?
Don't try to evade the motherfucking question.
Uh,
What she mean by on my tongue? What she talking about?
The kissing, I guess.
What you think, engineer?
Or are you thinking they're kissing like?
I think it's something
different
else.
lip. Different.
Definitely different lip.
Okay, all right. All right. I mean, I don't know much about what they do, but
What do you think about the lyrics? What's your rate? Rate the lyrics.
I mean, the lyrics are 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
I mean, it's.
But you love the song.
I think the beat is okay. I think the beat is okay. I mean, right now.
Can you kiss me more? Right.
I mean, I think it's pretty catchy. I mean,
It's catchy.
Doja Cat is the first.
I love
song
her performance though.
The first song that I really knew about Doja Cat was the Juicy song. You know that? Fuck.
You ain't know Moo, the cow?
No, not the cow. The cow thing, I
Oh,
listened to it later on. It's just really catchy. She knows how to like.
Yeah, I like. She's cute. She can dance.
She can dance.
I think she's talented.
She gonna
It's just
be
again. When
she's
we
gonna
talk
be
about,
the big pop star or no? Like long-lasting
I
pop
don't know,
star.
because she almost got canceled last year. You
But
know
she
what I mean?
didn't.
No, she didn't. She
didn't
came out
get
strong. She
canceled, yeah.
survived.
Yeah.
She survived like Rosa Parks.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So, but no, I mean, but it's funny when we talk about the lyrics, right? We dissect the lyric analysis,
Yeah.
and we talk about how much we like the song. But then when you also read the words, and then you're kind of like,
Yeah, and there is a middle man.
yeah, it's like, okay, this is
How
kind of.
would you rate the lyric? The song. How about the song?
I would give this song a 7. A 7,
a
Mike.
7. All right. How about the lyrics?
A 2.
Okay. All right. So
A 2. A 2. I mean,
I would generally agree with that.
I do agree it's a girl song.
Yeah.
But
It is so girl. I didn't know it was so girly.
Yeah, when you
know?
read this, it's very
Like,
like
damn. Oh
it's
my
like a
gosh.
girl that went home and she writing her journal.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I just feel like it's not like a guy. I ain't gonna say it because I ain't trying to get in trouble. It's a girly song. I think it's female focused, but guys can like it too. Maybe we should put a PC culture out there.
Yeah.
So
Well, okay. Well, that's the world we're living in right now.
the word, yeah, exactly. The world we living in.
Yes.
But as we talk about music, I want to
The
ask you
PC
about talking to this talking point. So,
Yeah.
Kanye West, your favorite motherfucking person.
Well, not my favorite person, but I like the guy. Okay. I like the guy. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Listen, Kanye West. So he wants Jay-Z as a running mate on his presidential ticket.
What the fuck, for real?
Is he delusional?
That a real thing?
Yes.
No, I don't believe
That's
that.
a real thing.
He said that?
Yes. He wants Jay-Z as a running mate on
That
his
seems
presidential
like a cloud
ticket.
chasing move. I don't know.
And my question to you is he delusional? Question mark.
Is he? I don't think he's delusional. I think he knows what he's doing. It's
Well,
again, it's marketing thing.
Unpack. He knows what he's doing. 'Cause
Okay,
I
well,
think he's just
when
off.
he first of all, when he tried to run for president, right?
Mhm.
Couple years, or actually just last year,
last year.
he knew that he's not gonna win, right? I mean, we all knew that he's not delusional to the point where I'm like, oh, well, I'm Kanye West, I'm gonna really be the president. He didn't believe in that.
Mhm.
It's just mostly like Logan Paul, like Jake Paul. What they're trying to do is to build clout, right? And I think that's what he's pretty good at that. He's usually pretty good at media manipulation.
Yeah.
And I think bringing in Jay-Z is just to the next level. And I think it's
I'm gonna disagree with you, Mr. U.
okay. Go ahead.
I honestly think this motherfucker
Uh-huh.
really think he could be president. I don't think it's a clout chase. I don't think it's anything about him trying to gain followers because he has those. I think he really think he can run the country. Why? Because Trump did it. And obviously that's his boy. And he's saying if Trump can do it, I could probably do a better job.
Hold on. After that, Trump and Kanye actually split. They didn't agree with each other too much.
I don't believe that. Him running during that whole Biden and Trump situation, it was splitting the votes for the black community. That's what it did.
I don't think he got too much vote, bro.
No, he didn't. But what it did was split the votes, where most of those votes, if he wasn't running, probably would have went to Biden. But because he was in there, those votes, certain votes were going to
We're
him.
talking like 0.1.
No, but I'm just saying it was just splitting votes. So
0.1%.
that was
difference.
if I was thinking as in Trump, strategically, it was a smart move to have him in a race because he needed that split vote for that. So I think. Do I think he's delusional? I do think he's delusional, but I think he's very serious about. But it's weird because him and Jay-Z are so on they're not even on the same page when it comes to politics.
I don't think they are. Well, I don't know about Jay-Z too much, but I do think Kanye is on the. Wait, he wants to make a change. This is what I believe. You know, I believe. I know you're always gonna do that.
Once in my life.
Shout out to Michael Jackson.
Yes, MJ.
But Kanye West, I just feel like, people deserve a second chance. That's what I believe in, right?
Oh, please.
I mean, come on, whatever he did before, right now, all I see is all the communication. The most important thing is the effect, right? How do you impact people? And right now, I do think Kanye brought a lot of people onto the right path, especially younger generation.
What you mean?
You know what? I went to the forum to see him performing with his Sunday service choir, and afterwards,
I think he does a great job with that. I like Kanye as a musician. I'm not going to take that away.
It's awesome, yeah. And afterwards, a lot of people interviewed, younger people, right? Younger generation, people who never went to church, never ever went to church, and because they got impacted so much by Kanye, I'm like, wow, you know what? Going to church is actually a great thing. It's a cool thing, and I feel the difference. I feel the love, and I feel the blessing, and then I see my life a little bit differently. I see things a little bit more positively, and then I believe in Christ right now. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I think.
Wait, did he do that to you, Mike? Did you find his spirit?
No, I found it before, but he certainly strengthened it a little bit.
Okay.
I do think it is a great thing. I think the effect is, I don't care about the motivation.
About Kanye's Sunday service is spiritual. If he can reach out and touch somebody's hand, if he could do that through the gospel, that's great. I mean, I just think musically, I would love for him to stay in the music. I think when he started getting into politics and again,
he didn't know what
he didn't know what he was doing.
I agree with that.
It was really, and at the time he did, it was the most detrimental because we're going through BLM, we're going through Trump in the pandemic, we're going through Biden. It was too much, and for him to come in and try to sway, and then he had that whole thing about being slave as a choice. It was bad. It was bad PR. It was stupid, but it was also him being narcissistic. It's all about me and what I say go. Not what I say go, but what my opinion is. You know what I'm saying? So I just think he's delusional. But as we talk about, stars want to become president, I want to ask you, you got something to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say that, because you're talking about BLM and what's happening last year, because I heard from the news that Olympic this year, what they did is they banned the entire BLM apparel, right? No BLM on shirt, no BLM on anything at all. But I didn't see anything about the Asian hate, the Stop Asian Hate or Asian people and all that stuff.
Let's really unpack this Olympic thing.
I want to.
I did my homework, Mike. I'm ready to go.
First, I want to see how you think as a black person's perspective, and then I'll tell you what I think because it's in Japan, right? Is it Tokyo? Yeah.
So, in defense of my Asian brothers and sisters, this is coming from the Olympic International Committee. So this don't have anything to do with Tokyo, and Tokyo saying we don't want this in our country, right? They're hosting the Olympics. But when it comes to the apparel, when it comes to just politics in general, that comes from the Olympic International Committee. Okay. So that's what that. So there's so it's nothing
International Committee.
Yeah, so that's right. Made up of whatever that committee is. Like we talk about the Grammys and all that. So when you talk about Tokyo or the America or whoever hosts Australia, they're just a host. But when it comes to what actually happens in the Olympics, it comes down to a committee, just like we talk about the Grammys. So what I want to unpack about this is, number one, the Olympic International Committee has been racist for fucking years. And if you go to their website, they always talk about how they're all about togetherness. They don't applaud racism. They don't believe in segregation. The Olympics is all about becoming one. All that stuff. But then when you look at what they've done in the past, it's always to the contrary, right? So let's talk about one of the guys he's not there no more. His name was Avery Brundage, right? He was that.
You really do your research.
I'm ready because I was fucking pissed when I saw that shit. So he was the president of the Olympic International Committee, right? So, and he was American. And so since the beginning of, just talk about the Nazi games in 1936. So the Nazi game in 1936 was actually the first time where what was happening during 1936 Nazi was that obviously Hitler was on the rise, and they was discriminating against the Jews, and obviously they was they just was I'm gonna just say they were discriminating against the Jews. We all know what Hitler did to the Jewish community, and at this point, America was actually boycotting. To go to the 1936 Olympics, and Avery at this point was saying no, they're not doing it anymore. They know that this is a neutral ground. They're not going to discriminate against the Jewish community, and you should not ban out. And so, because America was pulling out, they was boycotting because they did not agree with Hitler, obviously, and also the discrimination of the Jewish culture. So America didn't pull out because Avery, who is American, said there was no discrimination going in Germany. That's something that they won't condone, and America should stay. So America stayed in. And what ended up backfiring is that what happened? Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens came and won 4 fucking gold medals that year. And of course, Germany and Hitler and all of them, like, who the fuck is this N-word? They was embarrassed that they had a black man in 1936 come in and win 4 gold medals. So America ended up looking great, but it goes back to what happened, who won it, who saved the day? A motherfucking black man. Yeah. Then 1968, October 16th, Mexico City. We don't want to have any civil rights in our Olympics. And we had Tommy Smith and Jordan Carlos. And then we also had another Olympian who was actually Australian who won the silver, which was Norman. And Tommy and Jordan won the bronze and the gold. They wanted to show solidarity and being heard and not seen. So one of the quotes I actually wanted to read you is that during this time in 1968, he wrote, "If I win, I'm American, not a black American. But if I did something bad, then they would say I am a Negro.
Oh, wow.
We are black, and we are proud of being black. Black America will understand what we did tonight." That's after they rose their hand. And Norman, who's Australian, actually came out in solidarity. He won the silver. He had a black shirt underneath his. Avery took it upon himself to want to pretty much suspend them from the Olympics, kick them out the Olympics. They didn't take away their medals, but he threatened to, if they didn't reprimand Tommy and Jordan because they did that solidarity, that he was going to take out the Olympic American track team from the Olympics that year in 1968, which was predominantly black. And so the America agreed to, like, okay, let's take them away. We'll keep their medals. And so now, fast forward to today, here you are again repeating the fucking wheel about segregating one main group, Black Lives Matter. So no one, when you read the article about when they came out with, no Black Lives Matter apparel, they even went into saying no kneeling during the national anthem. Everything that they said in this article
is
targeting black people.
Interesting.
And they didn't say anything about no LGBTQ. You can go in there and raise your color flags. Yeah. You can go in there and say something about Asian hate, but anything that's Black Lives Matter, and you would think the reason that they're saying is that Black Lives Matter must have stormed the Capitol, but they didn't. But here you are segregating once again a group of people, a peaceful protest, saying that they are not allowed to project anything at the biggest international level they can to show who they are.
Well, first of all, I would say this. Black Lives Matter, to a lot of people, it became a political campaign. Whether or not we agree, I disagree. I think it's a good thing. It started off as a peaceful protest, but people elevated to a political campaign, right? And people use it for different political reasons and purposes. And a lot of people would argue that sports should stay pure sport. And I know what they're saying, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you don't want to put politics into sports, if they allow this, what other things they can allow. But go back to your point, I do think it is a little bit targeted. They put out an article, which I saw, which I'm like, damn, it is only talking about BLM.
Only.
It's not talking about anything else.
We don't want nothing black. in the Olympics. And my thing is, I
it's
want
kind of weird though.
I want every
they
black
say-
athlete to boycott. I don't want any black person. I don't want them to be in it. We had a pandemic. We sat out for the year. Okay, we see you in 2026.
Bro, it's not possible.
It's very possible.
Bro, I'm saying that if all black people, all the black athletes boycott Olympics,
it shows
then nobody. Then no.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah, well, you know,
have to do that.
One thing about black as a race is that the athletic genetics, right, the muscle structure and everything, it's just perfect. I mean, it's fucking
well, you know why,
amazing.
right? I had a great conversation at my barber. Shout out Funhouse, Mike Casey. We talked about this in the barbershop on Friday, and we talked about how, you know, I was talking about I had trained with this celebrity trainer one time, and he said to me, you know, gosh, you know, your body, you're black, your calves, and fuck you black people. You know, he was joking.
So like genetic.
But what people fail to realize is that we come generational, right? We come from, so if you couldn't run as fast as you could back then, you're going to die. If you wasn't smart as you need to be, you wasn't going to survive. We were bred since slavery to work and to survive. So me and every black person that you see like around the world are part of people that were slaves that were survival. And so based on our genetics, bigger, stronger, faster, they were survivalists in our genetics.
That means it's better.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So I can argue and say it's not our fault. It's not our fault that we're like this because we were bred. We were bred to be workers. Yeah, we were bred to be workers. So everyone who survived during slavery is mines or Donovan's or whoever. That's our ancestors. They were the survival people who couldn't do that in our culture. That died.
Interesting.
So we are descendants of greatness. People who were bred to be bigger, stronger, faster.
That's why I think, you know, that's what happened in the past. I'm just saying that right now, you know, genetically, especially we're talking about Olympics, right? You know, it does have a big advantage. They're going to get a lot of gold medals without a doubt.
Every year America wins is a black face. I mean, this is not being shady.
on the you know, running on
track,
the tracks,
track and field,
for sure.
NBA,
and basketball,
gymnastics. Like
almost everything.
It's black sports. So for you to be so blatant and say
BLM.
No Black Lives Matter apparel or anything that's going to push that narrative, we going to ban, that says something, and it's disrespectful.
Very.
And, you know, I don't think as a culture we should even take that.
I think
like why do we need to represent our country?
Very unfortunate.
But the thing about it, the question is, how can we get past racism domestically when internationally it's still treated as such?
Can I bring you a different perspective?
Sure. That's why we're here, Agent Soul Food.
Well, first of all, I would say this is really an unfortunate thing. You know, I think if go back to the talking point I was saying, if some people would argue sports should be sports, you should not involve any politics at all, then at least Olympics should put out a thing saying that there's no political campaign whatsoever, no BLM, no Stop Asian Hate, no LGBTQ, no this, no that, entire thing. If you ban the entire thing, everything is equal, then you pure sport, I get that. But if you only put out a statement saying that, okay, no kneeling, which obviously is targeted to a certain group of people, right? No BLM shirt and all that stuff, it's nasty. Okay, it is what it is out there. But just from I'm thinking, you know, my mentor once told me, when in doubt, follow the money. And a lot of times we think BLM, you know, and just from a company's point of view, they don't. Well, some people do support that, but I believe there are some group of people, okay, that are out there, companies, athletes, celebrities, that may not be really supporting this, but just because they don't want to lose money, they don't want to lose sponsorship, they're like kind of forced in a way, oh, I support BLM, but you know they're fake. Right?
I agree there are companies that are about the clout. For example, if you look at Paradigm, right, agency, right, they put out a thing last year about solidarity and where we want to do this in diversity, but then when they release the agents that they promoted, they still all fucking white. There's not an Asian, there's not an Indian, there's not black. So there are companies that
there are a lot of them.
Yeah, there's
Very
companies that
insincere.
do that, but I think going back to what your mentor is saying, when in doubt, follow the money. I don't know if that is a really, and I don't know what the context of that.
It's just to analyze a certain situation. It may not be a right or wrong. I'm not talking about right or wrong. I'm talking about what's really happening.
But my thing is this: when you at a platform such as the Olympics, that notion of when in doubt, follow the money isn't the right way to go, because money comes and
it's
go.
Not the right way.
Money is the root of all evil, to be honest. And so if we're all about trying to bring the world together, live in harmony, which is obviously hard, money is not the when in doubt is the way to go. It's about, if I was obviously the Olympics, especially in the year we're coming off domestically, and I'm just talking about on the American side, there's tons of people who I know in London and other countries that deal with racism bad, but especially coming off of this,
it's nasty. Again, I think it's really sad and it's unfair. When I don't get it twisted though, I think what my mentor meant and is like, you know, when you're trying to analyze a certain thing, then you don't know like what's the angle and all that stuff, but try to follow the money. That's what he meant. You know, try to follow, okay, who's the decision maker, why they make that decision. That's mainly for that reason. And in this case, I mean, I do think it has a lot to do with that. You know,
I'm sure.
It's like, you know, it's in
think
Asia,
it does,
right?
but
it's in Tokyo.
It's in Tokyo.
It's in Tokyo. So a lot of Asian people, if you put BLM out there, a lot of Asian people may not like it. Right?
Oh, for sure. Listen,
I mean, especially in Japan.
I know you're Asian, and we talk about this all the time. And I think when this came out, and obviously most people thought like, oh, because it's in Tokyo, this is why they doing it. No, it's definitely an Olympic thing. But when you talk about the Asian culture, right, and the disconnect between the black culture and the Asian culture, what most people don't understand is this. Here in America, you know, we live with our counterparts, right? White America, you know, all those, right? White, it was white and black America, right? European. So we came up, we know each other, we live together, right? In the Asian culture, right? Asian, whether it's Japan or China, whatever. It's not
mainly Asian.
It's mainly
Asian.
It's mainly Asian people. There's not something where you can say I lived in the same country as a black person. So oftentimes when Asian culture come to America, a lot of times they are taught from the white counterparts on how we are perceived. So oftentimes, and this is not a dig or anything, but they most of the time believe what they feel our white counterparts are. I would say our white brother, sister.
Totally.
They believe like, oh, black people just do this, and that. So when they come here, that's their perception of us. And instead of just really
stereotypical.
Instead of just really learning who we are, we all different, and really just learning our culture is they believe on. And obviously, most people believe that. That's because, you know, because no one's born a racist. No one is born a racist at all. Racist is about control and power and losing that control and power. And so when you feel as though you're losing that control and power, what most people do? They get allies.
Yeah, well, absolutely. You know? And I would say that a lot of, when I was in China, right, a lot of what we call Western culture, it is really white culture.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
When my teacher recommended me to watch some TV shows, right? This is what they recommended to.
Of course, not a goddamn black person on that goddamn show.
Yeah, absolutely.
They didn't
Friends,
watch. Friends is written in white.
I mean,
over top of black.
Hold on. They didn't recommend me to watch Fresh Prince or anything,
or Martin,
or anything that. That's what I'm saying, you know, in Asia, right? Western culture kind of equals to white culture. That's what it is.
Yes.
And it's not right. Again, let me say this. It's not right. I'm just saying that the reason why Tokyo and the Olympics, they do this is because they don't want to lose money. That's all it is. If people start doing BLM, start kneeling and all that stuff, they're not going to sell a lot of tickets. They're actually going to lose a lot of ticket sales,
and
a lot
that's
of shirt selling.
And that's where the solidarity from the black culture have to come in, because that's the purpose of when we say, when we boycott stuff, it's all about the money. We are buyers in this country, in this world.
Huge.
So if once we take away that, they gotta then look at themselves and say, what are we doing that's wrong? Because if there are buyers in that world and that Olympic thing that has a problem with that, they don't need to be sponsors at all. They don't need to be sponsored, because that's not feeding the narrative of trying to move into a better world, trying to move into where we don't have to say, like you said, oh, first black this, first Asian this. We try to move into where it's like, oh, this is a person that's won the gold medal, they so happen to be black. This person won it, or he so happened to be Asian. This, you know what I mean? But we never gonna get out of that until we create this narrative to do that. And so if there are sponsorships that's like, oh, because it's this, we don't support that, then they don't need to be in the Olympics. Because guess what? Every fucking person in the Olympics that win these gold medals is African American or European or Jamaican. Usain Bolt, well, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this question then. If a company does that, and then, all right, see, here's what they got. The entire internet hate the company. People are going to boycott their stuff.
Look what happened to H&M.
Hold on, yeah. People are going to boycott their stuff, okay? They lose all the sponsorship. They lose a whole bunch of money. They lose employees. As the CEO or the decision maker of the company, would you be saying that thing? You probably wouldn't be doing that, correct?
What you mean?
Let's say I'm a company, right? And then I have, let's say, thousands of employees. I'm a big company, and then, you know, we got to take care of these people, right? Got to make money. Let's say if all my audience are people who don't support BLM, all right, that's just my audience, okay, whatever it is. And then I fucking go out there and then I say I support BLM, and then I do sponsorship. And if I do that, I lose a lot of money. I lose sponsorship. People boycott my product. I probably wouldn't be doing that. That makes sense?
I get that, but there's going to be a lot of people that's going to look at that and want to support you.
Sure. And it goes back to this. It goes back to one day, if really black people in general, as a whole, they have the spending power, they have the purchase power, they make enough, as much money as their white counterpart or as their Asian counterpart. I think, again, when in doubt, follow the money. It kind of goes back a little bit to that.
Remember, that's a twofold thing, because we still deal with systematic racism. So it's easy to say that when there isn't a systematic racism in place, but because we have the systematic racism, that's a harder
to get to the same salary and everything.
Take away the money. It's about integrity. It's about empathy. It's about making sure that we all can be in a fair country, a fair world where you're not going to judge me or anybody else by the color of their skin.
I totally agree with that.
I mean, it's so much hate because I look a certain way or because I'm bigger, faster, stronger. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be that way. And it's just terrible that we now at the international level have to deal with that. But then if you look at the historical background of the Olympic International Committee, that same guy, Avery, later on, it came out that he was a huge Nazi supporter. Supporter. They had to get him out of office. The whole time he was a fucking racist. And then we ain't talking about just against blacks. We're talking about Jews too.
So it's horrible.
And then when you look at 2021, there's no difference from when we talk about, and what we're going to segue to, Hollywood Foreign Press. How they have lack of diversity in their committee. Now, just came out on Deadline, both Amazon and Netflix said they're not working with Hollywood Foreign, and that's Golden Globes. They're not going to pretty much fuck with them until there's a change in their committee where they can see some diversity. They're not going to participate in anything that they do. And that's the same energy that you have to have for the Olympics, because we have the same type of committees that has been in this same thing for centuries. And it's no different from when we start talking about women's rights, or we start talking about the Weinsteins of it all. It's the same shit. The same stuff.
I would say this, bro. I mean, again, it's a capitalist world. It's very nasty. Okay, everything is all about money. You know, at the end of the day, I don't like this. I don't support it, but that's the way the world works. Right. That's what it is. So. And by the way, when you said the world internationally, right, you know, is lacking diversity, I just think America is always a pioneer. America is always a pioneer in everything. They always lead the movement.
Right.
So I think America got to do a better job first.
Well, the
and
way
then the world is gonna follow.
the way America is the pioneer is if they go back to 1936 and say, "Oh, we're supporting this. This is the BLM is part of American culture. This is a historical culture. Look at everything that just happened last year in pandemic, and we won't participate." That would change everything.
That actually would change everything.
That would change.
That would be very interesting.
That would change, even if America say not right.
to see.
But if from LeBron to Kyrie Irving to the tennis player, I forgot her name, but whoever,
Serena Williams.
yeah, Serena. If they say,
I don't play anymore.
I'm not playing.
I'm not playing in Olympics.
Until you change that, I'll see you in 2026.
Very interesting.
Guess what? It would be a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about solidarity. That's the thing. If you look back, when we do those things, we talk about March on Washington, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. When we do those things, Rosa Parks, who didn't want to sit in the back of the bus. When we boycott, it shows. When you talk about with the blacks have the buying power, right? If we make it, that's where it shows. Because when we take that away,
then they're gonna get scared.
It gets scared. They show how it shows you how much power Black culture have. Yeah. And the thing about being Black and culturally, we're not racist. Some Black people could be prejudiced, yes. But when it comes to racism, we're not racist. We support most of every race
minority
that comes around. That 1968, the reason why they held up their gloves is because it was a huge shooting in Mexico City.
And I do think, people need more education, even including myself, as just talking to you, watching movies, well, by the way, talking about movie, the Judas and the Black
Judas and Black Messiah, yeah.
Oh, great movie.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I just, learned a lot, and it did change my perspective a little bit. I'm like,
we're doing a project called, I'm not sure if you heard of it, called The Move, Move 9. And it's a move organization started by John Africa, and it was about an organization that was started in Philly. And it was ran by a guy named John Africa, and they believed in animal rights, veganism, obviously rights for African Americans. And it was a group of people that fought for the rights of a lot of good things. Okay. And at that time, there was a mayor named RZA who was, just say, the Trump of that era. And he hated it. And because they lived in this one house, he wanted to destroy this organization. And so he went in and did a whole entire shootout on this one house in Philadelphia.
Oh, wow.
And what happened is a policeman ended up getting shot. They were shooting from all over the place. And what they ended up saying was, someone from the MOVE organization shot this cop. So 9 people went to jail for life for one bullet. And then when they did the research, and they got the guns that was in the MOVE house, there was no bullets in the gun.
Yeah.
Then what happened? 85, excuse me. Same thing. A new mayor came in with the same group. Radicals didn't like what happened, and what they did, they signed off and they dropped a whole entire bomb on the street. It's called Osage Street. They dropped the whole entire bomb on the street, and only 2 people survived. Her name is Ramona Africa, and a kid named Birdie, who passed away now, I think 7 years ago or 10 years ago. And so Ramona is still living, and they've been fighting over 40 years to get their brothers and sister out who went to jail back in 70, 78. They out now, but it just goes to show you that type of story, which is an unrepresented story, how things like that is always so covered up and subdued.
Yeah,
and now
I agree with that.
We at a national level.
Oh my gosh,
and
it
was on ESPN. ESPN, all the athletes on ESPN was like, this is going to backfire. Obviously, segue into obviously SNL. We got Elon Musk being a host. What do you think about these billionaires that are jumping on camera? Like, Mark Cuban kind of started that trend. What do you think about, how do you think Elon Musk is going to do on SNL?
Well, first of all, Elon Musk on SNL is much more than a celebrity or billionaire coming on camera. It's a lot with the DogeCoin stuff. I don't know if you're following that stuff or not. He called himself the Doge father. This guy is like, how do you say, man? a lot of people want him to be richer, and I want that too. You know, if
you want to be richer?
the only person in this planet, a billionaire wise, right? I want to see richer probably is Elon Musk.
Why?
The reason why I say that is because when becoming, a billionaire, he has a lot of responsibility, obviously, right? He is changing the world. He is literally changing the world with his Tesla, with the SpaceX, with the, multi-planetary living for human being. This guy's smart as fuck, enthusiastic as hell, hardworking as hell, okay? At the same time, he really cares about human being. When all these factors combine, this guy's supposed to be successful. You want to see this person, these type of people to be successful, so other people, can kind of copy what he does and he becomes a real inspiration to these people, right? And what he does right now, I mean, he is huge on Dogecoin. And I mean, he's tweeting out so many memes.
That's his shit. He should be. Just like Tesla.
Yeah. Actually, Dogecoin is not even remotely related to him. He didn't, I don't know how much Dogecoin he owns. He probably didn't own too much Dogecoin. He just likes the thing, So I think it's interesting what's going to happen with the price. But it is, I just want to say that it's overall a good thing. I like the guy, I think it's going to be fun.
So you think having him on SNL, how you think I
think he's going to do great. He's going to do great. It's all scripted show, so it's not that
Well,
difficult.
That's the thing. He says, the SNL team, well, the cast members aren't fans. Because I think he came out and said, let's really see if, SNL is live as they say they are. And of course, all the castmates came out saying like, well, what the fuck that supposed to mean? So he hasn't been welcome with open arms there.
Yeah. Possible. If he wants to get on some kind of TV show, you can easily do that. I mean,
but do you think, like the Mark Cubans, obviously he's on, what's that show he's on?
Shark Tank.
And the Elon Musk on SNL. Do you think that's going to start to be a thing?
Yes. Absolutely will be a thing, because right now we care about two things, RP and IP. RP is what we call real property, right? IP is intellectual property. And right now everybody is their own media, because we got social media and all that stuff. The more power you have, and this Dogecoin thing, because of Elon Musk, it literally increased almost 200 times in the last 3 months or so. It's all because
So do you think after SNL, Dogecoin is going to probably go up?
It might go down for a while. It might go down. Yeah, it might go down. Because a lot of people have a lot of leverage because they think Elon Musk is gonna say something.
Yeah,
and it's a good point for it. It's a play between those people who wanna short and then those people who wanna do long. It's like it's hard to say, but let's see. Right now in this social media world, though, okay, and this is a very different world from 20 years ago. The most ironic outcome, the most interesting outcome, is the most likely outcome. Let me say that one more time. The most ironic outcome is the most likely outcome. The Dogecoin really
may
be
some
the
Last
next
Samurai shit.
Yeah, no, maybe really be the next fucking Bitcoin and shit. It's possible.
I believe it. I mean, what do you feel? Move segue into this. We always talk about the pandemic. India, armed forces and all that had touched down in Delhi just to kind of give medical supplies for COVID-19, because in India, they're grappling with the COVID-19. Between India and Australia, I mean, India I heard is really bad.
Really bad. I feel for them. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
It's over there just so densely populated. Right, and then people talk to each other. They don't wear a mask, and obviously.
But I didn't see, because we was dealing with our own bubble here. What was the one when obviously the States and China as well and other countries, they didn't have that many numbers in India, so they was like it wasn't a worry for them. So
it's always a worry. I just think there's not enough testing in those places. Number one is not a lot of testing. Number two, even there is a huge amount of problem. Government usually they don't want to talk about it unless it's to the point, where they have to talk about it. Right? They don't want to look bad.
Right.
So that's what I think. And it's in India. It just makes sense.
And I'm hearing outside of India and Australia, they talking about they won't be able to open up to 2023. But, also when we was in this whole pandemic, Australia was a bit ignorant. They didn't really believe, they was in their own world. And
really?
They
thought America was ignorant enough.
Well, we have fucking Trump. That's why. But I'm just saying, like, Australia was also ignorant. Now they're getting hit just as hard as India. Not as much as India, but they're at the point where they're closed to 2023. So, it's funny because as everyone gets vaccinated and as we move forward, it's still a scary thing in the world where this thing can come back as fast as it went. I'm not saying it went, but it's right now is controlled. We're controlling it, especially in California. But
well, the dangerous part is that once this thing doesn't become news anymore, people don't pay attention to it. Well, you know what? We're fine. We're going back. When people relax, that's when it hits the hardest. And I feel for these people. I just feel like media should do a better job of. Yeah,
I'm hoping America can get them some vaccinations there, and India can pull out, and we can help them because we all in this together, and we need to make sure that not just the United States or Asia or whatever.
I think a lot of people in India didn't believe in COVID-19.
Of course they didn't. Just like in Australia. That's why they're in a predicament they're in now.
Yeah, they don't believe in COVID-19.
But like my mom used to say, people don't believe doo-doo stink until you rub it in their face.
Yeah.
And it's rubbed. So now we just got to say, lesson learned, and let's help them get out of it.
Yeah,
and I want to segue because I know we've been talking about all types of shit this podcast.
Wow.
I want to
deep this podcast.
Very deep, very deep. But I want to go into a segment called There Can Only Be One.
All right.
Mike, you ready?
I am.
There can only be one. I'm sure we have some graphics up here at some point.
All right.
Only be one. So I'm gonna throw this one at you, right?
Uh-huh.
I know which one Mike gonna pick, but I'm gonna throw it at you.
Really? All right, let's go.
Only could be one. Cheesecake Factory or Red Lobster?
Which one do you think I'm gonna choose?
Cheesecake Factory.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. I mean, come on. Everybody loves Cheesecake Factory.
But
right? Everybody loves Cheesecake Factory.
Here.
You from LA?
Everybody.
Okay, so Desert.
I'm saying to you, bro, everybody loves cheese. Name one person who hates, I hate cheesecake.
I know a couple people.
I just don't.
I know a couple because some people don't like chain restaurants.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Well,
I like cheesecake, but I'm not gonna lie
Red
though.
Lobster.
I like a Red Lobster though, like the Cajun chicken pasta, bussin'.
I'm down to go.
You never been to Red Lobster?
No, for sure. I've been there. I've been there a couple times. But I've been there a couple times. But it doesn't intrigue me to go back. Bro.
Yes.
Bro, what cheese? Well, I don't know.
The cheese biscuits, bro.
Cheese biscuit.
But you said only could be one at Cheesecake Factory for you. I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Red Lobster because that Cajun chicken pasta or that popcorn shrimp. Ooh,
I'm down to go.
I want to go to Cheesecake. I want to go right now. Red Lobster hollers for the check.
That's
we'll
awesome.
come there. We'll review.
Red Lobster. Okay.
My next one: briefs or boxer briefs?
Briefs or boxer brief? Oh wow, that's a good one. I got both. I
Really?
like both. I actually.
I can't wear both.
Brief. Before I would go
Whitey
with
tighties?
boxer. Before I would go with boxer.
Okay.
But right now I just feel like, it's,
you like whitey tighties?
Like different colors. It doesn't have to be white. I mean, come on, man. You're not like elementary school and 5th grade.
But briefs, I don't know. Briefs are so uncomfortable to me.
What are you talking about? Man, it's okay.
You need room.
What you gonna go with boxer briefs?
Yeah, I like boxer because boxer briefs is like,
it's very comfortable. Yeah,
they shorts and it's comfortable.
Shorts,
you got some space. You know what I mean? And I don't know, just ain't comfortable. I mean, listen, I wore brief growing up, but
the only complaint I have, okay, the reason why, if you asked me 2 years ago, I would probably go with boxer, right?
Right
now I would go with brief because try to put on a tight leggings, right?
Mm-hmm.
With on top of boxer brief, it's weird.
Who does that? I wear tights without the underwear.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that if it's just when you go work out, sometimes it's more convenient. You put it up. It's a weird guy. Yeah. It's a weird feel. But let's not go into that too much deeper. It's a weird thing to talk about. But yeah, I would go with brief. Yeah.
Okay.
What else you got?
Okay. Male crop tops or tank tops?
What the fuck?
Crop
male?
Top. Male, like I call them male, but they
male, like for girls or for guys?
For
only
guys. They stop. I used to wear when I play football often, but they stop at the
crop top.
I had like a 8-pack.
Male crop top.
Male crop top or
I've
tank
never
top.
seen. I've never
so if you
seen
took your friend's hoodie and you cut it above your belly button,
here?
that's a crop top.
I think it wag as fuck.
Well, you only can be one.
So crop
that
top
or a tank top.
Probably go with tank top.
Really? It's a
Well,
hard
I've
one.
never seen.
I think if you
people,
got
I've
the
really
body,
never
I
seen
think
them.
I think a crop top is perfect for when you're in your 20s.
Bro, that I mean,
when you get in your 30s,
no offense,
can't do it.
that is a little bit feminine, huh? That is a really gay stuff, is it?
Wow, Mike.
Am I offending a lot of people? But I don't.
Ooh,
But,
Mike.
bro, I'm just.
I
tank
can't
top is-
save you on this one. I cannot.
Please,
And this
don't
is
hurt me.
recorded.
Please
So
don't hurt
they
me.
about to come for that ass.
But yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I just
and
have
as
not.
a part of the LGBTQ
I just-
myself,
Yeah, I just haven't
No.
seen. I just haven't seen enough people wearing crop
I've seen a
tops,
lot of
right?
guys. It's big in football, so I'm gonna unpack this for you.
Okay,
So crop tops actually isn't a gay thing.
it's not.
Crop tops started in football.
Okay.
Masculine, very masculine guys wore
Good,
crop top because we would wear it
Mm.
because when we wear our
I didn't know, so don't hurt me.
It's too late now. You done said it.
Oh shit.
But you know when you wear your shoulder pads, like oftentimes you want to wear something underneath your shoulder pads, and you don't want to wear long t-shirts. Sometimes it's a drag, it's heavy, you sweat. So we would cut the shirts midpoint, so we could just have something that covers
okay.
that.
That makes sense.
So that
makes
was
sense.
actually
okay.
it never really wasn't. It never was a thing. But you know, gay culture, the alphabet culture, you know, they big in fashion. They we make it a very big thing.
That's good.
So yeah, so
I
my
just
thing
don't have
is
enough knowledge on that. My bad.
right. So yeah, so it's I think if you can pull it off, it's amazing
Okay.
because you look good. If you got the stomach, you know what I'm saying. If
Like
you can pull it off,
can
if
you put it off? Oh, you're not gonna put it off
I
right
can
now.
pull it off.
No, you're not gonna put it off right now.
Listen. There's a lot of unpacking under this thing now. Okay. No, I wouldn't do it now. I'm a tank top guy, but I have done it.
Okay. All
I
right.
have pictures with me.
Fair
in crop
enough.
top.
Fair enough. Okay.
Okay. So next one is MacBook Pro or the new iMac. They came out with new iMacs.
Oh, fuck. I mean, I think I'm gonna get both. I like both.
It only could be one, Mike.
But well, you know what? If I really only gotta choose one, the MacBook Pro for sure. The new iMac. I mean, the front looks ugly as fuck. I don't know if you guys agree.
I like it.
The back is okay.
I like that
right?
price.
The
I
back
like that
is okay.
price.
But the front, fucking, is just so much big.
It's 24
chin.
inches. What you mean? It's 24 inches.
Big chin. It's supposed to be a full screen right now. It's not supposed to have that fucking chin. It's a huge chin without the Apple logo, and it's a wide, thing.
I would go with that. I like iMac. Why? Because I work on my MacBook Pro. I have the newest one. It's small. I have a 15-inch. Yeah, I like to be able to see like the big screen. I can see everything on my screen. So I would go with the iMac. And the price, I paid almost over $3,000 for my MacBook.
Really?
Yeah, with all the fixings on the iMac, it comes up to like $1,400.
That's pretty good.
So
That's
last
awesome.
one. I already know what Mike gonna pick with this one, but we're gonna put it out. Popeyes chicken or KFC?
KFC. Oh, no, Popeye. You already know. What about you? You're gonna pick what?
I like Popeyes, but I feel like Popeyes give you it's so fried and greasy. I like KFC only because the fries are
both.
good.
I mean, I actually order both sometimes.
Yeah, I like both.
I gotta choose one then Popeyes. Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well,
Good
this was
stuff.
a fun
It's
episode,
pretty
y'all.
deep today.
Deep
you know?
today. Mike,
this is a different
Mike was
vibe.
sweating over here.
I'm very
Mike will be sweating more
hell.
when they hear about this.
God damn.
This feminine crop top.
Oh,
but
please don't hurt me. I'm gonna
Baby,
see you
don't hurt
wearing
me.
one. If you can pull it off, then I will change my
I can
mind.
pull it off. I can
No,
pull
you're
one
not gonna
off.
pull it off. But all right, let's see. Let's
Okay.
go. Let's go and
Well,
get
if
you
we
on
ever get
a-
out Palm Springs house, I will wear one.
We're gonna take a. Oh god damn! I don't know if you want to see that on our. But all right, good stuff. Thank you very
guys.
much.
Check us out,
Thank you
Asian
very
Soul
much.
Food Podcast on IG,
All right,
Facebook. We out. Asian Soul Food.
peace.
Holla.
Peace.